Hi guys, welcome. Welcome back, welcome aboard, welcome home. Even more apt given the conversation we're about to have about the new moon in Cancer on the 9th of July, 2021. So this new moon happens at 18 degrees Cancer. It happens on Friday the 9th of July at 8:16 p.m. Central Time. And to have a new moon, of course, we know this is about inception energy. It is the dark of the moon, right? This is that time where we're planting seeds. We're really creating in faith. As the moon is that reflector, right, in the dark. Cancer, of course, is the sign of home, right? Roots, origins, tribe. Cancer energy is about family and security. It's about how you feel safe and nurturing, right? Whether that nurturing is how you were nurtured, how you nurture others, how you nurture yourself. It is about love, right? It's sensual energy. It's about reception. It's about feelings. It's about being receptive. Cancer moon energy is that tidal energy, right? It is about intuition and your psychic senses. It's also about your memory, right? And the way that you structure your memories. And having long memories, accessible memories. It is maternal, feminine energy. It is deeply woven with instinct, right? And divinity and source, right? That flow of source. It is at once gentle and fierce. It is at once feral and tender all at the same time, right? It can also be clingy and needy and moody and defensive and overprotective and cautious, right? This is all Cancer moon energy. There are some aspects happening that we need to talk about at the time of this new moon. This new moon happens sextile Uranus, right? And Uranus is at 14 degrees Taurus. And we know that Uranus is that planet of aha, that planet of sudden insight, sudden discovery, sudden change, right? And we also know that change can be terrifying and also an adventure, right? Interesting. So, right, that's a big deal. So how you choose to shift and change in terms of this new moon, what you witness as your intention, your concepts for home, security, family, how you choose to be in reception, wow, of feelings, how you choose to be in flow, right? Whether you choose to be in trust or defensiveness, right? Those are, dang, those are all, wow, those are all up to you. It's about perception. So we have some Saturn aspects also. We have a Venus-Mars conjunction in Leo, right? This is about inner and outer balance. Right? This is our divine masculine and divine feminine energies in Leo, right? This is all about the show, right? This is fun, it's happy, it's sexy, it's hot, it's bright energy. It is willing to see and be seen, right? Venus and Mars conjunct. It's a beautiful balance, right? That is also opposing Saturn, right? Which is kind of the ways and means, right? It's the, I don't want to say the wet blanket, but Saturn is always about the dampening, right? And these are both squaring Uranus, that aha. So this is really deeply entrenched in what we always talk about. How have you done the work? How have you not done the work, right? So we also have the Sun and Moon in a weak opposition to Pluto, right? So this can be, can feel like a rocket launch, and it can also feel like a vacuum, depending on the state of your identity, right? The state of your healedness, the state of the work you have done on yourself. Your balance with inner and outer, which is inherently your balance with that divine feminine and divine masculine energy. This new moon is a time of serious depth and magic, right? Neptune is sextile Pluto, both in retrograde. So you have the options, right, to utilize that better felt than spoken energy of Neptune to really charge your life, right? And allow your reality to transform in proportion to your willingness to look behind the blurriness, right? And identify your power as your reality, right? You get to, you get to make that choice. That is, as always, up to you, right? So this is a time to really be digging into what you witness as home, as source, as that place where you are deeply nurtured. And all of these other aspects just ask you to speak your truth, right? And be in that limitless space of potential. So let's talk about these cards. We have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment, right? This is a card of happiness, earned happiness. This card is I have done my work. I have done my work. My cups are filled. The Nine of Swords is I am being run by my anxiety. I'm being overwhelmed by the state of my imaginings, right? What is in my head is not healed. And every one of these ideas and limiting beliefs are creating a situation where I'm up in the middle of the night. I can't rest. My brain is never calm. It is never patient. Or a state of emotional balance, a state of emotional fullness, right? So at this new moon, again, we're talking about creating those ideas around identity, around who you are in relation to your identity, right? What is your inner world? What is your outer world? Right? I will say there's a beautiful Saturn sextile Chiron right now, and that's about starting now, right? This is about how do I create my state of health as a healed human being, right? Also, Saturn is trine the North Node, right? Creating the option to pull in your fate and destiny. So the dichotomy of these two cards is not accidental, right? You've done it. You've done that work, or you haven't done that work. Pretty clear, and you'll be feeling it right now. The bonus is, at this time of new moon, you get to shift and change that at your will, right? So we have the King of Wands and the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, right? My beliefs have overwhelmed me, and now I'm just integrating. I'm done. I cannot go lower. There is nowhere else for me to go. I'm done, right? This cycle has completed. Whatever these limiting beliefs were that I allowed to run me have now gotten the best of me, and I cannot sustain what's happening, right? This is crisis. This is dark night of the soul. This is I can't, right? That whole I can't even, right? Ten of Swords, I can't even. But right, this is clarifying the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is in mastery of his impulse, his passion, his drive, right? We talked about that Venus-Mars conjunction in Leo, inner versus outer. This is the show, right? This is the juice, right? This is why do I wake up in the morning? This is what gets my blood pumping. Where is my passion? Where is my passion? I'm either in my passion or I have choked the life out of my passion by ignoring it for so long. So again, you are either in receipt of the juice of your life, or you're literally just draining your life one way or the other. No middle ground. Again, you get to be intentional here and shift and change, right? Let's look at how that works, right? So we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is progress. It's motion. It is cycles, right? And so to have the Ten of Swords and then the Wheel of Fortune is absolutely glorious. And then what do we have? We have our divine pair right here. We have the King and Queen of Wands. We have the balance of divine masculine and divine feminine. Why? Because you either did the work and got the balance, or you didn't do the work and got the juice squeezed out of you so much, you know, right? So either way, time moves on. Cycles close, right? The wheel always turns no matter what. This is like the cycle of the tides, right? That is Cancer ruled. The tides come in, the tides go out, the tides go in, the tides go out. They wash things clean, right? You get hung up, you get integrated, and then you have to shift and change. And if you've done that work, y'all, you get the reward. And if you haven't done that work, well, I mean, he's coming. Let's talk about him, right? So, again, you're at that point of choice. You're also in that point of receptivity. What have I been doing? What have I been doing with my life, with my time? What have I been doing with my heart, with my soul? Have I been doing the work? Have I been making the effort? Or have I just been running around in my own head, right? Letting my head run me, letting my head defeat me, right? Because that's what that is. So here we have the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. King of Pentacles is that state of mastery, of resourcedness, right? And of course, here in Eileen Land, we know that that state of resourcedness has to do with what you have in your hand and what you have in your heart. It has to do with what you have in your life and what you have in your soul, right? We're not talking about just tangible needs. We're not talking about just intangible needs. We're talking about the balance of the two. Right? That's how we know we're resourced, is that we have done the work to understand that the source of our abundance, whether that abundance is personal, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, astral, it doesn't matter. The source is the source, right? This is a Cancer new moon. We understand the source is eternal, and there is nothing that we require that isn't provided. Right? And how do we know that? It's because we're living in alignment with our passion. Right? We're living in alignment with what we know creates the juice. Anything else? We've got this Seven of Swords. So we know, I love to break these cards down, right? The Seven of Swords is about deception. Specifically in this reading, we're going to talk about it as being self-deception. Right? Because we've got the 5, which is conflict, and the 2, which is indecision, the inability to choose, right? That blind stance, right? I'm weighing odds in my head, and I can't make up my mind, and so I self-defeat every time. Wah, wah, too bad for you, because Source is abundant, Source is infinite, Source is resourced, right? There's nothing to ever be in want of. This is the depth of your magic, right? Your reality transforms in proportion to your willingness to look behind the blurs that are these swords and identify your power, right? Your power as your reality. You get to do that. You get to do that if you can look away from the nonsense. And so at this new moon, this is really a challenge to step in to your power as passion and your passion as your power. Where are you sourcing, right? And if you're sourcing from your head, you're going to get defeated every single time. And if you're sourcing from your power, well, so here's the deal, preloading, right? Again, I will say it out loud. If you've done the work, this new moon has many possibilities for you. If you have not been doing the work, you might be caught up in the cycle. Let's see what the Oracle card has to say, shall we? It's all the glitters, right? Okay. I'd like to do it this way today. All right. All the glitters. Sevens. A need to see beyond the superficial. The desire to don a mask. Or to dress something up, or to disguise its true nature, trying to be something that you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial, right? Being in your head. It's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they, right? The external reality as deception, right? Because the real juice is where the passion is, right? That's how you get your life. Yeah. The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all that glitter is gone. Would you still desire that object or person, right? So let's talk about this Nine of Cups one more time, right? This is, I have done my emotional work. The Nine of Cups is self-fulfilled, right? In that wish fulfillment is self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It is that power. It is that ability to be secure in one's roots and origins, in one's love. It is the ability to be in reception, right? Mutual reception of all of those qualities, right? Memory, instinct, divinity, gentleness, right? The willingness to be nurtured and to nurture, the willingness to create family outside of the idea of what it should sparkle like, right? And instead be willing to get down with how it's resourced, right? All aspects, right? The King of Pentacles isn't just superficial, right? He understands that what's in his garage isn't going to drive his life, right? He understands that where he puts his key isn't the house for his joy. So anything else is deception, right? And so you get to choose at this new moon what exactly it is, right? Where are you going to go with these tens? Where are you going to go with these swords? Or instead, are you going to literally choose this divine balance? You've got the option. Make it your intention. Do the work, do the work, do the work. Are you tired of me saying it? Do the work. Yeah, this is really beautiful, like pearly opalescent energy, right? This Cancer new moon is like that luminescence, right? Lit from within, that inner radiance. So find what that is for you, and then find what feels like home. Where is your peace? Where is your safety? Right? Where can you release all of that past business and really roll into this new energy of being fully resourced and balanced and content, right? Also, I mean, dive into that Venus and Mars opposite or conjunction too, because that's beautiful energy, right? There's no reason not to be smiling. There's no reason not to be smiling here. There's all the reasons not to be smiling there. So you get to pick. What have you been preloading, right? Where are you looking for your fulfillment? Because you have it. You have the option to be in your fulfillment or to be out of your fulfillment. So, yeah. Happy new moon. Blessed new moon. Yeah, we'll talk again soon. Big blessings, guys. Yeah, take care.